18 major foe here. Operation Aftermath, Turn 4, January 1938, Commonwealth in France. A little bit of aggression there with Japan going into China and building a ship in the last couple turns. So ANZAC's now at 5, Far East is now at 8, and Great Britain's now at 16. America's also at 12, France is at 10. Okay, we're going to go into tech rolls. Apologies, I was away in a work thing, so I didn't get my turn out before the Americans, and we're a little out of whack here. So this has the American move already on the turn. So thanks 5 star for throwing me that save. Saved me a bit of time. Here we go. +1 on radar, so we need a 6 or above. That's a 12. That'll actually work. Okay. And anti-submarine warfare is 7 or above. Didn't think so. Okay. Maybe the worst tech program ever. On to purchases. Britain has 14, FEC has 5, and ANZAC has 3. ANZAC's not spending any money, they're saving 3. FEC is going to buy a AAA gun for $4, so they'll save 1. And the UK is going to build 2 railroads, that's $4, $2 a piece. British AA is $4, so that's $8. 2 militia upgrades is $10, $12. And a militia is another 2, so that's $14. Obviously no combat. We'll start with non-combat. We've got a destroyer, torpedo boat destroyer, light carrier, and British fighter in A50. They're going to move to A48. Cavalry in Rhodesia is going to move up to Tanganyika and 2 spaces to Sudan. The one in Sudan is going to move to Nubia. The infantry in South Africa will move to Rhodesia. The cavalry in Cape Town will also move to Rhodesia. The seaplane will stay in Southwest Africa. No change there. There's a transport in the Gulf of Aden, I-4. It'll strategically naval move, so we get 5 spaces. 1 to I-5, 2 to M8, 3 to M4, 4 to M2, and 5 to A44, and it'll just go into port in Gibraltar. Turn it that way, perfect. Up here we've got A27 has torpedo boat destroyer, light carrier, and a tactical bomber. That's all going to move 1 space into A20. Nothing up there. Over on this side, we have 2 transports in I-12. Going to move 1 space to I-7, 2 spaces to I-4. They'll go into port in the Gulf of Aden. Down in Sydney, there's a seaplane. It's going to move 1 to New South Wales, 2 to Queensland, and 3 to the Northern Territory. Okay, I want to think that is all of the non-combat movements. Let me scour the board. Oof, quite thin, eh? Oh, 1 militia in London's going to just rail up to Northern England. Nah, never mind. It'll stay in London. It's thin enough. Okay, I think that's it. Go into place units. Obviously, that AAA gun's going to Calcutta. Nothing for ANZAC. The 2 railroads. The one from Sudan goes into Tanganyika, and the one from Rhodesia also goes in there as well. So now we've connected the rail. So that is the African colonization. So that goes up. Whoops, wrong one. That goes up 1 more point. So now we get 2 rail movements in Africa. Down here. So the militia is going to go into Gibraltar, and the AAA gun and 2 militia upgrades will go into London. Okay, so there's 1 militia, 2 infantry, AAA gun, airborne, and a transport in London there now. And I think that's all of that over here. ANZAC's going to collect 5, FEC is 8, and UK is 16. So 5 on to 3 is 8. 8 on to 1 is 9. And the UK gets 16. Okay, that will conclude the Commonwealth turn. On to France. France is at $10. They have one tech roll. They're already at stage 2 over here in long range aircraft, so way better of a tech program than the UK. They're going to go for improved construction this turn. It's a 7 or above. That's a 10. Ooh, much better than the British tech program. Okay. As the Americans have said, France is going to lend lease an artillery to the KMT, so that's $4. I'll just take that off now because he placed it on his turn. And $5 for another tank destroyer, that is $9. Okay, for France, I think they've only got the movement here. So that transport's going to bring those 2 infantry to northern Algeria and Tunisia. It's going to move up 1 into southern France. It's going to drop those 2 infantry off, and that transport's going to go into port. The 2 foreign legions will move on 1 up to Alsace-Lorraine. 2 infantry out of Alsace-Lorraine are going to move into Picardy. So there's still 2 foreign legions and a French infantry in Alsace-Lorraine. Tank destroyer also is going to move into um, Picardy. That militia will move down from Picardy into Alsace-Lorraine. And I think, oh, yep, French transport's going to move 1 to A22 and 2 to A23 and 3 into A6 because there is a major shipyard there, so it gets a +1 movement. I think, pretty sure that's all of the French movements. Nothing down here. We hope for Abyssinia's survival. So pretty good turn last turn. Terrible rolls. Apologies there, Elite. I haven't been able to roll that good for my troops, so I appreciate you doing it for me. We'll do the recruitment roll for Abyssinia. We need a 1. That's a 9. That's not successful. Can't complain. I still get it once. So that French tank destroyer, that's obviously going into Paris. So in Paris, we have 3 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 destroyer, and 1 fighter. Okay, France is going to collect $10 to finish their turn. And hopefully I didn't forget anything or miss anything or make any huge tactical terrible errors. All right, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.